Hello, this is Heather with HB Plasma Solutions. I'm putting this video together after a conversation over the weekend with somebody that was really interested in more of the applications around the homestead, gardening, animals, plants, outdoors, basically where you would have uses like we do a lot, where you'd rather not have a glass vial involved, right? For outdoor use or in colder weather around animals or even children. Sometimes a plastic tube is preferred. It works just as well in containing and emanating the fields as far as I'm concerned. So here are some ideas on how to create that and make some from the plasma that either you have already created or that you've purchased from us. Bring your water back to life with plasma. Just get your plasma vial in or near any water, and it copies its attributes over to that water, which you can now use to make more. And why would we want to quote unquote plasmify the water that we give to our animals and plants and nature that we love, and ourselves? Because it improves the health and vibe and coherence of the water. You know, like us, the more interference and chaos that we have and carry in our baggage and backpack, the less of the light that is totally available from within us, right? The less of it can actually shine through. And water and light, source energy, are inextricably combined. One has an access point to the other, of course, at its center vortex, at its source of its being. So as we plasmify the water, we raise the vibration of the water. I like using the Bovis scale of life force energy index. It just kind of helps to kind of demonstrate this, that the bottled water, tap water, God forbid, soda water, tends to fall at a very low level of biophotonic life and coherence, right? Whereas water that you would get from a well, a mountain spring, and then plasma water tends to be life enhancing. So when you put the plasma on or near your water, you are upgrading the water to closer to these types of vibes than that type of vibe, which is preferred, right? So this is a little more extended version of that, just showing that it's actually a different spin altogether and much more source connected access points and attributes, right? And that the beings that are partaking of that water, of course, would have more tendency towards self-balancing and clearing their own stuff versus using and watering with and giving to, you know, our plants, animals, whatever, a much lower expression, I would say, of water. Another way of looking at it is which frequencies are part of a lower vibration, right? So those lower vibes are very similar to the emotions that we would call guilt, shame, fear, pride, anger. Those are the ranges that the bottled water and even lower like tap water and stuff like that are falling at that range. And when you expose it to the plasma water and the fields of that, it tends to raise the vibration. I like to call it to love and above. So of course we all aspire to be there. As a human with all of our experiences, maybe not so easy to stay there all the time, but drinking the water helps to upgrade our own systems. And of course you have access then, of course, to just an easier experience, a lot more ease and grace. After you plasmify your distilled water, you can use a pipette or syringe dropper to add it to any container that you have purchased. I like these little centrifuge containers. They're easy to open and close. They seem to stay intact outdoors and even freeze well without opening or dehydrating quite nicely. So you can buy these pre-made yoga bands. They're, a couple inches wide, usually double thickness, which is super helpful. I found them at the dollar store. You can order them online. They're still about $1 a piece, so quite inexpensively. I'm going to show you here in a few moments how you can just snip a hole in it quickly. And like I did one morning when I was trying to get the chicken water replaced and upgraded on the way to work, it took me maybe 5 minutes total to put it together, take it out there, put it on, and I was good to go, and so were the chickens. So I wanted to show everybody how quick and easy it is to use and share this. Of course, you could get a lot more detailed and sew some nice little lines in the yoga band and make a really pretty one, but these are fully functional and fine for use outdoors and in a pinch. So here's a really quick, easy way to make your own hug. Just get any inexpensive yoga band from the store or online or whatever you want to do. And you can just snip a little hole big enough to put one of these in here. Now if you snip it on the top, you've got one of these big ones, you can snip it on the top just small enough for that to just kind of hang through, and even snip again on the bottom if you choose, if you watch the width of it. Or these, you can just snip the hole and just let it float inside of here, and then once you put it on what you want to put it on, you can spread them out where you want to. But super simple. I mean, let's just snip a little piece off of it and just slide his little self down in there. There we go. And you can leave that out if you want to. It's a little more secure if you put him all the way in. And if you want to, you could even sew that back closed, or even just put a staple on it or something like that, right? And you can do one on the other side, or, we just have this one hole. That's sufficient too. I'm just going to put this little guy in here. And then once we get it on our jug or the pet watering container or whatever, we can spread these two apart. They don't have to be in there upright. They can be laying down, whatever you want to do. And it's stretchy and it's ready to put on like a gallon size. These work great on gallon containers of distilled water, or pet food containers. Chicken watering containers a little bigger. It's kind of a stretch, but it works. You could even like double it over and put it on a water bottle, right? Or something smaller, like your drinking bottles and half pint or a pint jar, things like that. For the larger plastic vials, you could just stretch this around your container and then just kind of use this to hold it to the side if your container is not moving around much and there's not too much commotion about it. Or you could just take a little snip, just a little snip, because it's going to stretch and you want the top to kind of catch at the top. You could take a little snip, and now I have a space to, put that in there. And it's going to, because of the size, it's going to stick out quite a bit. Come on, fingers and hole work together. There we go. So, this much would give you a hole to kind of stick it out like this. And again, is that secure? Will it fall off? You could always just make another little snip at the bottom, just a small one again, because, it'll stretch around it, and if it's too big, it'll fall right through. But just put a little snip there and stretch. And you can do that one on each side, and that will keep that secure around your gallon container or whatever you want it to be on. Find our many PDFs, videos, booklets, even put them all together in an ebook. A lot of information if you would like some more ideas, inspirations, and also please share your ideas, inspirations, and questions with us. The links will also be below where to find the items that you might need to share and play more with your plasma. Find us at HB Plasma Solutions on Etsy and hblifesolutions.live for our website. Have a beautiful day.